welcome to another Code 3 Collector review where I am looking today at Mace Windu from SH Figuarts. I believe this is going to be from episode 1. So I actually got this figure on eBay. I bought them used. I paid $30. The only thing that's supposed to be wrong with it is a little mark on the lightsaber, but I'm okay with that, playa. Got it for 30 bucks. So I'm going to open them up, give him a little review, see if you're interested in getting him yourself. All right, let's do it. All right. As you know, I did the KO Luke review, and to my knowledge, this figure has not been KO'd yet. But man, for 30 bucks, I paid 24 for the KO Luke. You can't really beat that. So let me take out all these pieces. Let's take a look at the accessories first. Let's start with that lightsaber. Apparently, yeah, there it is. There's a little scuff mark right there. That doesn't bother me at all. The paint looks fine on the lightsaber. No problems for me. That works. All right, so here's the alternate head as it compares to the head that came on the figure. They're very similar. They look almost the same. This one just has pursed lips. This one's just completely vanilla. So I'm thinking maybe this is the one that came originally in the figure. I'm not sure. Like I mentioned, this is a used figure. They look good. Do they look like Samuel Jackson? Man, I think so. I think there's a very good likeness to him. Good enough that I'd recognize him off the bat. Looks just fine. All right, and then of course we get all these other hands. We get the force hand and some other fisted hands, and you get the fist to hold the lightsabers in, which I will be putting on him shortly. All right, now onto the figure itself. My first impressions on this figure is that it looks good. It really does. It is a good likeness to the actor, and as a figure itself, man, yeah, I like it. I like it. The Jedi robe looks good. The detail on it is nice. The material is like, this is a harder plastic, this is a softer plastic. So the head goes up that much. Oh, that's very nice. Very good. Look at that from all angles. Now these figures, these SH Figuarts, they do have an articulation point on the neck. So not only is there probably like a ball hinge. Let me see, is it just a ball? It looks like it's just gonna be, how about I'll pop it open and I'll tell you guys. There you go. So it's just a ball peg. Ball peg at the head, which gives it a little bit of articulation. And then the neck itself, as you see, it goes forward and back. And the neck will also, you can also turn the neck. This would be a nice feature if Marvel Legends can add that to it. Even the Black Series figure, it's just one extra point. You can almost see it right there. There you go. There you see it. Now that's a problem if you're going to be taking pictures for ACBA, so you just have to be careful which way you turn the neck, so you don't want to expose it too much. I guess if you put on like a Jedi robe over him, that might help even cover it more. But you have to be careful, especially if you all that are doing ACBA, you don't want to get him in a position where it goes, oh, whoa, what is that? That's the internal parts of the figure. They should have made that a little bit, they should have made that piece a little bit wider at the bottom there. That way there wouldn't have been an issue. I just don't know if there's any engineering issues that they would have had by extending the bottom part of this neck piece. All right, moving on to the shoulders. As with, oh gosh, the last figure I had that was supposed to be an SH figure, it's broke in my hand, so I need to be very careful. It already feels different. It feels different than the KO Luke that I took a look at, because this is an original. All right, so it has an articulation point right there on the shoulder that moves in and out. It's a butterfly type of joint. Then the actual shoulder, as you see, goes all the way around. No issues with it staying where it's supposed to be. Then it has an upper arm articulation point right there. The arm goes past 90 degrees. Let's look at it from the other side. There is a breaking point right there. Again, if you're doing ACBA, you're gonna be wanting to be careful with that, but you all are doing ACBA, know what the heck you're doing. And then at the wrist, there is it's 360 and it can go, let me see, hold on a second. Come on, player. There you go, it has a little bit up and down on the wrist, just a little bit. All right, moving on to the torso. There isn't that much up and down at the torso or at the waist. It does turn to make it look naturally. I think when you make these turns, the sculpt remains intact, so that's nice. That looks good. And okay, so it twists up here, and then obviously below the belt. I think it's going to be the same joint. It's just split by this belt piece. The leg can go up this much. It's not hindered by this plastic. It is a softer plastic. No problems there. It doesn't look like there's an upper thigh swivel. Oh, look at that. Nice detail on the pants. And then at the knee, it goes past 90 degrees, which is pretty good. But actually, before we move down from the knees, let's take a look at the hips. It looks like it's just a ball peg. You see that right there? Ball peg with a joint that goes into the thigh. I think that would be I think that may be a universal joint. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks like it could go all the way around. Well, maybe not all the way around. It prevents it right there. The crotch piece right there will prevent it from going around, but it's not like you need it to turn in that much. Moving down, when you bend the knee, it does expose this joint. If I have to say, if I have any complaint of SH Figuarts, is that these joints are so exposed and it's not really covered unless you're bending them at the joint, which at some angles will expose them. So there isn't really, well, I was just about to say there isn't really an angle, but this angle right here covers the joints, at least at the arms. At the legs, not so much. So if you're ever articulating anything at the legs, you're gonna have this joint exposed, and that's my complaint there. That doesn't look good. I'm not sure what they can do to cover it, because when it's in a vanilla pose, it looks pretty darn good, but any point of articulation that you're gonna have, and that's the way I don't like to pose my figures in vanilla poses, because I think that's boring. It's vanilla. But anyway, moving on down, it does have, I thought it was gonna have it doesn't have a boot cut. Does it have it down here? Nope, it doesn't. So it just articulates right there at the knee, and then we're gonna move down all the way to the ankle. And at the ankle, the foot will go up that much. It doesn't go down too much. It pivots a little bit. And of course, there is the joint at the toe, which I love. Old school Toy Biz. And Marvel Legends should be doing it. I don't know why they don't do it. Maybe it's an extra cost. But here you have also an ankle pivot. Not too much going in. There's not too much ankle pivot going in, but there's more pivot going out. Go figure. I think that has to do maybe with the sculpt. Let me see. That's not too bad. All right. So there you have Mace Windu. I'm glad I picked them up. I think it was a good purchase for me for 30 bucks. Getting back to Mace Windu, Good figure. Very good representation of the character as seen in the movies. He will definitely be going up on my shelf, and I'm happy I purchased them. Would I recommend the figure if you had to pay $60? Man, I don't know. Well, it doesn't. They haven't made one in the Black Series, so if you're a Samuel Jackson fan and you liked his character, I didn't think he did that good of a job in acting, which was surprising because I'm a huge fan of Samuel Jackson. What player would you say? I can't really use his language on this type of video or any type of video. Here we go with some figure comparison. There he is next to fake Jedi Luke. SH Figuarts Darth Maul, Commander Cody, and of course Black Series R2-D2. Not bad. I like it. That one's crap. But everything else is awesome. Alright, so that is Mace Windu SH Figuarts review, and I like the figure. I'm glad I got it for $30. That's a steal of a deal, I think, for the detail, everything about this figure that it brings to the table for 30 bucks. Players, I'm excited. Got a great deal on eBay. How about them apples? All right, so we've come to the end of the review. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you on the next one, players. $150. 151. You're kidding me, right?
I didn't know the plan. You just said I'm gonna do this. Stop!
How many do you think I can do, girl?
Show me. How many can you do?